Hello everyone, welcome to week 3 of our MOOC, module 3 of visual journalism, looking at the other in the age of selfie. This week we're going to do an overview of why strong visuals are so important and how people's memories are triggered by their still images in their minds. So if we look back at memories, most of the time our memories are frozen in time. That's because of the power of photography and the power of a still photograph is able to stick in our memory the way other visuals or words aren't. So moving image and words don't stick as often to our head as photography does. And therefore I think to me personally, it's really important to use that idea to develop my work, that those frozen moments will often impact people's lives when they're looking at them. And because often photography or press photography is disregarded after one day or 1 week of the work being published in the newspaper or in the magazine, often those stories and those images die in those pages. And that's also what brings me here today, is the power of books and photo books in particular. I am a sucker for books. I love books. I love the objectality of it. So I brought 2 examples of my 2 latest books. The first one is Condor, which is a book I published in 2014 with the work that I produced about the military dictatorships in South America. It starts with archival imagery that I have produced, that I have reproduced, and it goes over to my own photography, to documents that I found in archives, to stories that I've written on vellum paper, to the victims of Operation Condor and the military dictatorships. So over the years I started not only photographing but designing and deciding who did I want this book to be read, where did I want this book to be read. And so I did a number of tryouts with the designer, and the result is this thick volume that I produced over the course of 9 years. But it's a fairly small book. One can just handhold it and read the captions. Then there's some design aspects to it. I created a brochure with the captions of the photos. It's all here. So this one, it took me great pleasure to produce, but I was mostly with this deep focus of how to frozen these moments, how to keep those memories alive, and I wanted to address that on a book. And my other book, 46750, it's my latest book, just published about 6 months ago, in mid-2018, about Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and what has gone there over a 10-year period where I have worked around this issue there, violence and these hidden histories of the city. That's also, I worked with a poet and with a designer to create an object that would give us multiple layers, multiple aspects of these stories. So this is an example of a poem that Viviane Salles, a Brazilian poet, wrote for this photograph, and the designer Ramon Pérez and we found a way of interlacing them, which I'm really, really happy. I often also work with foldouts. Let me show you an example here. Foldouts are basically pages that one can open one side and the other. They're quite strong images, but just to give you an idea of like how you can layer and create and add different layers to these stories and to these images, and create them not only as photographs for the press, which is very important and often reaches audiences that one could never do, but also to create an object that later will survive, will be in people's houses, in their bookshelves, and they often go to it, open the book, start reading and reading and reading it again. I have myself a number of books that I mentioned, some of them on the links, and I show you some examples of books that I really impacted me, and I often go back to them and reread them again and see the photographs again. There's also our guest this week, Stephen Ferry, who was actually my professor many years ago and who's a friend now and a tremendously good photographer and very committed photographer. And he's going to tell us about his practice, he's going to tell us how he works, he's going to tell us how he survives in terms of like finances and projecting his books. So join me for that conversation with Stephen. And also don't forget about our second exercise. This week's exercise is a simple one, not as simple as last week's, but it's quite beautiful in the way to surprise you. So depends on where you are, but what I would like you to do is to go to an area of your city or town that you don't know and you've never been. Just get on a train, get on a car, get on a bus, walk there, go to a place that you have never been, and simply go with your camera or with your phone and let yourself be simmered by that place. So walk there, walk to a place, take the subway and exit the last train station, doesn't matter. And once you exit, just take time to look around and photograph what surprises you the most about that place. So that often happens to me where I get to a new place with a fresh eye. I'm like all looking around for light, I'm looking around for what surprises me the most, the colors, the people, the places, the landscape. Show me how you see that place. And please upload one photograph to the system, to the student lounge, and we can go, I can look over it, you guys can discuss around the photos you've made, but I want you to go to a place and simply look at what's around you and photograph what surprises you the most, okay? It was again an enormous pleasure to be here today. Let's be tuned for next week. Don't forget to do the readings, don't forget to watch the videos, and stay tuned for next week for our final module here at our MOOC, Visual Journalism, looking at the other in the age of selfie. Thank you very much again for registering and for being with us. Let's keep working, let's keep doing this. Thank you.